Initiating system 1. System 1 loaded.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome once again, my friends out there in the wonderful world of television land. How are you guys? How's the family? How's the friends? How's the cousins? How's everybody? Hope you are all fine and well. Welcome to season 2. Before we get on with the show, let me set today's question. I want to make it a bit more challenging for you. Who was the second to last prophet? Who was the second to last prophet? Don't have to send it in to us. Yes, you can see the QR code. Yes, you should click on it, but you don't have to send your answers when you go to our Instagram page. Just go over there, make sure you follow us and like. And if you've got any comments or feedback or anything you'd like to send in, like your amazing artwork, or if you've got an idea for Kun Faya Kun that you think, I'd like to know how this works and that works, we will feature it. All you need to do is let us know on that page. Okay, so the question again before we go for the show is, who was the second to last prophet? We'll find out together in a while. But for now, let's get on with the show.
Initiating system 1. System 1 loaded.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome once again to part 3 of the digital showcase. We've been having a lot of fun drawing Picachu on the computer using an absolutely free, and I do recommend software called Inkscape. You can go and Google it. It's absolutely free. No bugs. I've never had any issues with it. It's not downloaded anything dodgy or malware or anything like that. It's always been absolutely solid. It's not been glitchy or anything like that. And over the years, they've updated it and they made it even better. And it works as good as any other Illustrator, Corel Draw, what have you. It works just as well as far as I'm concerned anyway. And sometimes you don't want too many bells and whistles. You don't want too many things that you can do because it's a massive learning curve to try and figure out what goes where and then to do this just to get something done. Sometimes it's easier and better as a learning procedure, a learning curve for you to try and figure out how to do things with the tools you've got. It's like when we do random art. You know, sometimes we don't have the best paints, we don't have the best pencils, we don't have the best markers, but we still have the challenge to create something beautiful and something meaningful. And that is where your true skill comes out. If you've got a very sparse amount of materials, then you have a challenge on your hand, and that is where the real artist comes out. Can you still achieve something awesome with some very poor tools? but this is not that poor. Okay, I'm not exaggerating too much. It's still awesome. Right, let me remind you, you need to go over to our Instagram page, hit that QR code right now, and you need to go over there, whip your phone out. I know your phone isn't a million miles from you, right? Hit that QR code, go over to our Instagram page, and follow us there, inshallah. We need more follows, more likes. Right, let's get down to business, shall we? Part 3 is about to commence. Here is my desktop, bing, on my computer right here. Right, yes, digital showcase. Right, here we go. So you can see, that's the last thing we did with our drawing of Picachu. Okay, the original picture is still behind. If I click like this, you see those handles come out, which means there's something behind there. If I just drag it out, you can see, hi, Picachu, it's still behind there, okay? So let's go back here. So what we want to do, we want to start putting a bit more of those patterns on his tail and his head and everything. So what we're going to do, we're going to click on his ear, go down to the bottom left hand of our color palette right here, click on it with the white box with the red lines, and it says none, and I do that. It's still got the outline, but there's no fill. I'm gonna do the same for his head, same for his body, same for his leg, same for his foot, same for that foot, hitting that square box with the red line going through it, the X going through it, which says none, and his tail. That way we can see behind all of the bits of Picachu that we still need to complete. Right, we've put his eyes in black already. If I just grab both of those and move them out of the way, there's nothing to it, so we'll just keep them as it is. Right, now let's look at his ear. Now this ear is 2 colors. Well, actually it's 3 colors if you look at it. Let me click on it and bring it up to 100% opacity. It's actually 3 colors. Well, maybe 4 colors if you include the outline, the black outline, the gray, the yellow, and the mustard color. But we're gonna just deal with the colors for now. So it's the black tip on his ear, the yellow part of his ear, and this mustardy color. This mustardy color represents the shadow. Obviously the light is coming from this direction, hitting this part of his ear, so the shadow is gonna form on that side. Yeah? Right, let's go back, bring that original picture at the back to 40%. So how do we get that line there? There's different ways of doing it, but I'm going to do it the simple way, okay? That's going to make life simple for us. There's a few different ways that you can achieve that, and this is what I like about doing digital artwork. There is more than one way to skin a cat, as the old saying goes. There's different things you can do to get the same result. Some things are easier, some things are quicker, some things take longer, but they all can get the same result. I'm gonna pick the easy route because this is only part 3 of our Draw a Pikachu, right? I'm gonna do the easy route, and I'm gonna use the tools that we've already used, okay? I'm gonna go over to our far left tools here. I'm gonna hold my mouse over the Draw Bezier Curves and Straight Lines. I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna do exactly what we did before. Start at the top here, but this time I'm only gonna click here, and I'm gonna go right back to the top. Bada bing, bada boom, right? There you go. Now, for some reason, that line is gray because it's got the same opacity as the background color. So let's bring that opacity of that line back to 100%. And then we can see we've got a triangle, but we want that line to be curved like that one, and we want that line to be curved like that one. So we're just gonna double click it and just drag, whoopsie daisy. Double click it and drag that line out so it matches the line we did before. Do the same here. We're just gonna click that one here and push that one up so it matches that curve there. Boom. Okay, so that's gonna be filled in black. Okay, but we're not gonna fill it in just yet. We're just gonna leave the outline. Okay, filling in the colors is gonna be the easiest part, okay? Right, let's look at that shade on his ear. Let's click back on our original picture, bring it back to 100% so we can see exactly where it is. Right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to our here, hold my mouse over this, Draw Bezier Curves and Straight Lines tool, click on it. We're gonna click here, 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 and go back to the original, boom, and it's created that line. Change my hand back to the first one, and I'm gonna double click on it, anywhere on this line, and drag it out, come on, drag it out, so it matches, and drag that one in a little bit, okay? And this, yeah, that's gonna, right, this is gonna be that mustard color, but we're gonna leave, and I know it doesn't have an outline here, it hasn't got an outline, but we're gonna leave that outline just for now, okay? We will get rid of that outline when we put that mustard color in, don't you worry. Let's do exactly the same that we did on that ear, on this ear, over ear. I'm always having a problem with my ears, but never mind, I'm zooming out too far. Okay, this one's a little bit screwy. Let's just bring that in a little bit because I rushed it before. Okay, just gonna make sure it's following the pattern of what we did before. Okay, a bit closer, like this. Okay, right. Gonna go back to this hand, hold my mouse over this one, draw Bezier curves and straight lines, click on it, and we're gonna go here, 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 and here. Click on it, and it's made that line again. So we're gonna change our hand back to the original picker tool, and we're gonna, not Picachu, pick a tool here. This is a, hold it over, select and transform objects. Okay, select and transform object. That's the name of that tool there. We're gonna double click on that black line and pull it down, ooh, so it matches that line there. Grab this one and drag it in, ooh, again. We're gonna grab this one here and pull it out so it matches that curve. Now, because there's all these black lines everywhere and I've got the black line of the actual picture as well, it's getting a bit confusing, okay? Don't worry, we're gonna go and fix those a little bit later on. For now, we're just gonna continue. Gonna go back to my Bezier tool here. We want to do this mustard color that changes into a kind of darker color here. So we're gonna go here, here, might as well go to the very end here, and back here like that. Gonna double click on it and drag that down here. It takes a bit of practice to be able to grab these lines. Even I'm struggling a little bit, right, to be honest with you. It takes a bit of practice, but hey, this is what it's all about. We're practicing here. Let's do the same for this mustard color under his arm. We're gonna click on our Bezier tool, click on where it starts, about here, and go back to the beginning and click on that. Go back here, we're gonna double click on it and drag that down, drag this line down to match. Okay, now I'm certain that these lines are not gonna match up exactly with our original drawing at the bottom, but don't worry, for now we're just gonna get those mustard colors in. Okay, let's do the same thing under his nose and his neck. This one is so easy because it doesn't actually follow the lines of his body. It just kind of just sat there. Click on that. We're gonna go here, just double click that. Hold on the control key and then click it, and then you see it's gone round. Those nodules have come again, those handles have come again, and we can use it to drag it out to match that mustard color on either side. Yeah, we're gonna do the same for this one over here. Like this, 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 and this. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna double click it here and drag it down. Get those handles out and just make sure that curve is following the same curvature as the original picture. As close as possible anyway. Okay. And then there's any more of those mustard colored bits? Yes, on his leg here. We're gonna go back to our Bezier tool. We're gonna click here on the curve. There, here, 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 and here. So you can see it's created that line. Change our hand. We're going to double click on this, drag that out. Let's try and follow that line like that. Here we're going to hold on the control key and hit this one so it makes that curve. Click it again without holding on the control key and it gives you those handles. I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to do the same here. Hold on the control key. Hit this one here. These are called nodes. Hit that node there and just click it again without holding onto the control key. And it creates that curve. So you can see I've pretty much copied that same thing. Remember what I said, these black lines, the original doesn't have those black lines, but we're going to leave those in for now just so we can see where that curve goes, okay? Otherwise, this is going to disappear altogether because it hasn't got any fill. So we're going to go here for his foot now. Here, here, here. This is going to be behind his body, so it doesn't matter where it goes. Going to change our hand again to this one, to the Select and Transform Objects tool. Double click it and just drag that so it follows that curve. Zoom back in. Now the last thing I think we need to do is We're gonna do his cheeks in a minute. Let's do this orange bit, this mustardy bit on his tail. Here is straight, isn't it? So we don't have to worry about using anything. But this tail has got 3 colors. So that's even cooler. Just gonna copy the lines that we did before. As I said, this is just one way. This is probably the easiest way of doing it. It's probably the easiest way of doing it because we've already used these tools already. And I don't want to confuse you by talking about excluding and all that sort of stuff, which is a term that we used on the artwork. Not excluding any kids. I mean, excluding the actual colors. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Right, let's do his cheeks. Right, those famous Picachu cheeks. Grabbing that draw Bezier curves and straight lines tool again. Gonna click here, 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 and go back to the original. Bing. Change your hand back to this original one. Hold on the control key and hit that one. And as soon as I do it, it goes curved and those handles come out. Hold on the control key and hit that one. And we can just stretch that out, move that over. Okay, again, I know it's not gonna match exactly, but for now, we're just gonna put those in and we'll worry about whether they match up perfectly a little bit later. And we're gonna click on, for this cheek here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Change my hand, I'm gonna double click it, hold on the control key, hit that one, and you can see it's almost followed it exactly. Hold on the control key, hit that one, and it's already pretty much falling into line there. Right. Okay, right. Let's grab this, gonna select the picture behind. I'm gonna bring it back to 40%. So we can just about see the color, just about see it. What I want to look at is those mustardy colored pieces that we've put and the black tips of his ears that we've just put in. You can see they're all composed of those lines. No problem, okay? It's all composed of those lines. Now, what I want to do, there's one thing, I left his mouth out, but I'm not gonna know about that. I'm gonna click on the picture behind, I'm gonna go back to 100%, and we're gonna start putting the colors in. Ooh, it's gonna get scary, right? We've got that color, that picture behind. We're just gonna drag it over to the side here. Let me drag it to this, up here somewhere, because I don't want it to be touching the picture. Now, how do we match these exact colors on here? And the mustardy color, we've got the color picker over here. We can find it, but there's a lot easier way of doing it. Let's start with his ear, what we've always started with. Let's just bring it down a little bit. Let's just click on this line of his ear. And if you look over to our left here, our tool, it says pick colors from image. Pick colors from image. So it's an eyedropper tool. You just click on it and go to the color you want to copy. The minute you put your mouse over it, it changes to that color. So if I hold it over his red cheek, it changes to that color. If I go to his pink lips, his tongue, it changes to that color. But we want this orange here, so this yellow here, so we're gonna click on it. Automatically, it's changed to that color. Okay? Let's do exactly the same with that mustardy shading on his ear there. Go back to our color picker tool on the far left here. Okay, I'm holding my mouse over it. It says color pick tools from image. Click on it and just hold it over. We've already selected here. It's disappeared, but we have selected it. Hold on that and just hold it over and just click it. And it's filled it in. It's still got that outline there, but don't worry about that. Let's go to his ear, that black tip on his ear. We're gonna click on that bit we did. Go to the eyedropper tool, which is pick colors from image, and then click, hold it over it, and click on it. It's more of a grayish kind of color. Okay, it's more of a grayish kind of color. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to just select all of those together, and I'm gonna go all the way over here to my stroke paint, click on it, and I'm gonna hit this X, and the lines have gone. Even the black line we did before, it's still there, but we've turned it off entirely. So if I select everything again and hit that again, it comes back. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to keep the black outline. So we're gonna click on this mustardy thing, go to our right hand side here where it says stroke paint, go to that little X here, and just click on the X, and that outline is gone. Click on the dark bit here and hit the X again, and there it is. So that is how we're gonna color this entire body, right? Right. Right, so you can see what I did very quickly. I've just filled in those bits using the color from here to match those colors there, okay? Now some of the bits, again, you see it's gone over that black line. Remember what I said when I was going over it? It wasn't perfect, but we can just go in and just start touching it up a little bit, just bringing that out here so we can see that black outline. Okay, because we did spend so much time getting it right. There's no point in us wasting it, right? Same with this one here, all these bits here. There. Same with under his arm. Just move that over a little bit, maybe, so we can see that black line there. Okie dokie. So that's pretty much, let's get rid of this line here. Stroke, X. Right. So there's only one thing we didn't do, that orange bit, that kind of darkish bit on the end of his tail there. We can put that in now. Just gonna go like this, this, but we're not copying it. I don't know what it looks like. Okay, it looks like this. Goes down here. There. Then go to the picker tool, the color picker tool here, and just click that color, and there it is. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Just gonna drag it down. Drag that over a little bit. Right, so the only thing we haven't done is his mouth. We're just gonna click on his mouth there. Just gonna pick that pink for now, or that dark red there for now. So that concludes us drawing Pikachu on part 3. Again, we've gone very quickly, and I do ask you for forgiveness if I'm losing you a little bit, but that's the beauty of the internet. You can rewind, watch it very carefully. The tutorial is very, very easy to do. The software is so easy to use. There might be some learning curves you need to go through to kind of just get it right, but you know, some things on this particular piece of software I don't even use, and I'm still learning how to do things on it as well. So that's why I'm saying this tool is very simple, but it's good that it's simple, because if you have too many tools, you get confused, okay? So to have a basic program like this, to make it simple, that's what's really the best way to learn. Have something simple, and then once you get more sophisticated, then you can go into the more sophisticated like CorelDRAW, Illustrator, which have bells and whistles. You can do all kinds of crazy things. You can manipulate photos and things of this nature. This is only dealing with vector images. Those deal with vector as well as bitmap images, which is a whole different world. But to start off with, get it free, have a go, and all the best to you. Right, guys, we're gonna draw number 3 to a close. Took us 3 shows just to show you the basics as well. We've got more of our digital showcases coming up, guys. So I hope you've downloaded this free software. It's called Inkscape. You can Google it anywhere. I think it's for Mac and PC. I know it's for PC because my laptop is PC. I think it's also available for Macs as well. So go check it out, guys. Let's get that QR code on the screen, boys in the back room, so we can remind our viewers that they need to go over to our Instagram page right now and check out our work, and make sure they like, follow, and share. Any artwork, anything you want to send to us, by all means, mashallah, we would love to see it. Right, guys, I've got to go. See you on the next digital showcase real soon. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. And another show done and dusted. More amazing features, more education, more art, more features. That's what we want. We want your ideas to make our show as good as possible. Now you can email us, of course, info@IQRA.TV, or if you hit that QR code on our screen right now, even from the comfort of your sofa, you can go directly to our Instagram page, and over there you can inbox us after you've liked and shared all of our bits and pieces, you know what I mean? You can inbox me directly there, DM me directly there, and we will hear your feedback as well. Oh, Khaleel, I want to know how shoes work. When you put them on and they work in it, what's the big deal? Oh, I want to know how televisions work. Or if you do have an idea, if you're curious about something and want to know how it works, inbox me right now. We'll sort it out with the 2 presenters, wherever they are. Right, my friends, thank you so much for checking us out this day. Speak to you soon. It was a massive up. Right? Different things you do.
IQRA Kids TV TV.